Hi, I'm Rob, and no, this is not Gems of War, for a change. Instead, I'm going to have my first ever game on PSVR1 since I've had PSVR2. Now, I've had it several weeks now, and I've played plenty of games from Gran Turismo 7 to Call of the Mountain, Synth Riders, Ragnarok, and more. So I've really got used to it. I've got used to those lovely, lush graphics. I've got used to that lack of screen door effect, which was really noticeable on PSVR1. And of course, those super responsive controllers. So in a nutshell, what is PSVR1 like to play now? I've got used to PSVR2. Is it going to be rubbish? Am I going to think I need to throw this away? Or is it actually going to be surprisingly okay? Let's find out. Right, so here we go. My first game on PSVR1 since I've had PSVR2. Now, I'm quite intrigued by this because I have no idea how I'm going to react to this, because all my videos are unscripted. I don't pre-plan anything. It's just completely on the fly. What happens, happens. That way, I think you get a honest opinion. If I can remember how to turn this thing on, there we go. Right, let's plonk this on. Grab yourself a controller. Right, well, first things first, upon putting this one on again for the first time in probably a couple of months, I'm surprised how comfy it is. It definitely feels lighter than the other one. I don't know if it is or not. I've not actually looked up the stats for that sort of thing. But yeah, I think this is more comfy. This feels like it's going to move less. The PSVR2 feels like it's ever so slightly more top heavy. I have to tighten the back up really tight to make sure it doesn't move around when playing a vigorous game. This one actually feels, to me, more comfy and definitely lighter. Anyway, let's start off with a basic game. And the first impressions, the resolution doesn't look as bad as I was expecting. I was expecting to look at this and go, ugh, this is absolutely horrendous. But no, it's actually fine. I've got no issue with this whatsoever. Right, let's have a go at a basic controller game first. Gunjack, do like this. Good old cockpit style shooter. I'm actually really pleased. I'm really pleased. I thought that I was going to put this on and think, this is just disgusting. How on earth can I play this? Love this game. I got this game for something like $4.99 when it came out. Absolute bargain. Really cool cockpit shooter. Very straightforward to play. Haven't played it for a while, so I'm not sure I'm going to do anything decent. What should I do? But yeah, initial glance, the graphics, I have no issue with this whatsoever. Now, people that watch my arcade stuff regularly will know that I've got no issue with retro games anyway, or older games. I play games that are 35 years old and still really enjoy them. But yeah, this still looks completely fine to me. I'm still actually quite impressed by what I'm looking at. Very cool indeed still. Oh, there's no doubt, let's make things clear, that PSVR2 is a, splash my wheel, it's a big step up from this overall in terms of visual quality, but this is in no way disappointing. No way at all. It's smooth, the graphics are nice. The screen door effect is way less than I thought it was. To me, the screen door effect on this is similar to the PSVR2. I can see the screen door effect on PSVR2. You can see the grid lines on this but you really have to look for them. That is still cool. This is still very cool. Nah, this is this with a controller, with a standard controller. This is absolutely fine. Completely still playable. Absolutely love it. Whoa, that was. Oh, my reload times are all off. You got to reload on this in between attack waves, basically, to get the best score and not miss out on chaining together multiple hits. But it's smooth. It looks good. I'm not disappointed. I'm actually really pleased. This is still this good. I honestly thought there was a very high chance I was going to look at this and go, this is absolutely nasty. My PSVR1 is redundant. So if you're thinking, you haven't got enough money for PSVR2, for example, and stuff like that, and maybe think that PSVR1 isn't worth picking up because it's rubbish, you couldn't be more wrong. Still got to try it with the motion controllers. That is the thing. That is, for me, the biggest difference between, apart from obviously the graphics, the massive difference is the accuracy of the new controllers compared to using a Move controller. Really, really good. But graphically and playable with, you know, look at a normal controller like this, you are going to be absolutely blown away by this still, considering what you can pick up a PSVR1 for these days. Right, so now I'm going to have a quick game of Paranormal Activity: The Lost Soul, because I did like this game. It was blinking scary in places, but it did give me some motion sickness before. I'm wondering whether my motion sickness has got better since having the PSVR2, or worse. Or is the way these games work and the frame rate not being as high as it is with the PSVR2, is that still going to come into effect? I'm just going to move around a little bit in this one, see what I think of it. Right, well, starting Paranormal Activity, I have got it on slow movement mode, I think. But so far, I've not got any issues with motion sickness. It says turn the flashlight on, but it's not a very good flashlight. Let's move a bit quicker. So I've got a funny feeling I might be okay moving normally with this game now. I always had this, use this technique of moving one sort of segment at a time, if you like. But I've got no issues with motion sickness with this now. With this now? With this now. I did before. What's that? I just burnt out cigarette butts. Well, there it is. Just played a whole bunch of different games on PSVR1 and I enjoyed every second of it. I've got to be honest, it wasn't like I thought it was going to be. I honestly thought, after getting used to PSVR2, I was going to put this on and think, this is absolutely shocking, I cannot deal with this, this is just way just bad. And it wasn't. The graphics were still fine, it was still responsive enough. I didn't actually get motion sickness. I think I've grown used to that now. You can kind of train yourself to get used to it if you just do a little bit more every day. As soon as you feel that motion sickness coming on, stop playing and come back to it maybe the next day and you'll find you build up a resilience to it. The one thing I did notice, which is kind of obvious, is that the motion controllers do not feel as connected to the system and the game as much as the ones on the PSVR2, because they are a much more modern version, but they still work okay, and yeah, I can deal with that. So basically, bottom line is, if you're thinking about dipping your toes into PlayStation VR and maybe just don't want to spend the money on PSVR2 right now, go for PSVR1. It's still really good. The graphics are still fine. You'll be absolutely blown away if you've never seen PSVR or VR at all before. And some of the games are an absolute steal, like silly prices. And for what you get out of it, it's absolutely a superb experience. And then you can try that, and if you like it, dip your toes into PSVR2 later on. So there it is, there's the video. If you enjoyed it, why not bash that like and subscribe button. I do these kind of videos on a pretty regular basis, mainly on Sundays. A lot of the time it is Gems of War, other times. So maybe don't bash that notifications bell unless you want to be annoyed by Gems of War videos the rest of the week. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.